We should probably get our guest out. Would you agree?
100%. I think you said it, didn't you? I think it might have been on Twitter announcing Dino, and you just said he's got stories for days, and it's true.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Managed both here, obviously in the past.
Do you think we've done well for him?
Well, to be fair, I only had 3.5 weeks with him.
You got him? Did you get him sacked?
No, I didn't get him sacked.
O'Driscoll.
I got O'Driscoll sacked. So I went with him that long, really. So you'll have more in him than I do. So get him out.
Let's get him out, Dino. He's fucked off.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues.
He's fucked
in the middle of the pouring rain.
Have we paid him?
W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me?
Taking his jacket off.
Is what?
Yeah, I
Taking
got
his
a
jacket off.
first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a dog can be.
He's here.
Then I'm walking in Memphis, just walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way I feel?
I don't know if you know, but Dino's recently got a job as a geography teacher.
I had a jacket on. Do you know what? I've only come because of these two.
Are you regretting it yet?
Well, I just thought there was going to be 200 people here.
We don't mess about.
Tell me, by the way, you've become really famous. You two.
What,
Do you know what? I've got to say, both of them played for me, and that's why I'm here tonight. What chance have I got?
What chance have you got?
I said to my assistant, Brian Carey, oh, greedy bastard.
They could be talking about any of us. Don't know you.
Not greedy, rich. Anyway, I managed these two, and I said to my assistant, Brian Carey, do you know these two, for big lads, they're technically really gifted, the two of them. But if you leave them have 6 shots at John Lennon, he'd still be fucking alive today. Couldn't score in a brothel.
Order.
Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, 100%.
Of course you can.
Did you pick your walkout song, Walking in Memphis? Or was it just given to you?
I didn't realise you could sing, Brownie.
Not bad.
I didn't realise you're good.
We've heard a few times about your the prizes that you give out at whilst you were managing them both at Doncaster. I mean, he wanted to come out on an horse tonight, by the way.
By the way, I swear to God, I shit you not, I phoned this venue to see if I could come out on an horse. And I think we could have got away with it.
30 grand Cork floor.
And by the way, up until 7 o'clock, we didn't actually know if Dino was going to turn up. But he was trying his bollocks off to get a horse here regardless.
Well, you never turned up on Saturdays. No, he did. Two of them were really, really gifted footballers, the two of them, actually. Big. Look at John. Who would have thought John was silky skillful? Look at the size on him. He looks fitter now than when he played for me. And drinking less, obviously. Look at the fucking... What chance have I got?
I remember you saying to me in a meeting one day, I don't know how well I was doing, but I think I'd scored a couple early doors in the season. And you went, all right, I'm lying. It was
Obviously
singular, it wasn't plural.
He scored
Just
one
the
in
one.
a fucking March.
But I think you said something like, Brownie, you're 20 goals off earning 25 grand a week. I went, it's not fucking happening, is it? It's impossible.
It would have.
Remember it?
It would have, yeah. You wouldn't be here now if you'd have listened to me. You wouldn't be sat here with an audience like this in Sheffield. You would have been in Monte Carlo somewhere if you'd have listened to me. No, I remember saying to you, look, if you just concentrate and keep yourself fit. I mean, you had so many injuries, didn't you?
No, what you said was, if you concentrate on staying in on a Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, them two, they didn't realise, and they still didn't realise to this day that I knew, but they used to go out Thursday night together.
That's not true, you know.
It is.
It's not. Tell him, Johnny.
I stopped.
Sounds like we need a straightener to me.
I stopped in Thursdays. I went out Fridays.
I know that.
Thursday was shitting boundaries. I went out Fridays.
Can you remember that goal he scored?
The goal that never was. It more of a fucking goal that never was than Frank Lampard's at World Cup.
Peterborough away. Never forget it.
No, I went.
Hit the bar, come down, over the line, ref never give it. Things could have been so different.
That would have been my only goal for Doncaster.
But you won the first. You won the first prize, didn't you? The first training prize.
I won the first two. Well, on the same day. I won the first two, yeah.
Does everybody realise what used to happen? No,
I've spoken about that.
I'll tell you what used to happen. On a Friday, we used to play young v old, 7 minutes each way. And I was in the old
By the
team.
way, 7 minutes each way were 2 minutes each way too long, by the way.
Hey, I was the ref. So, and the man of the match got a prize. And if you were in the winning team, you could vote for the worst player, and you couldn't. But we all voted for the best player. So it started off. We had a set of golf clubs, and then I had I looked in my garage one day, and there was a load of toasters and kettles that were broke. A collection of electrical items was one of the prize.
Used electrical items that was sold as.
And then. This is 100% true. I got a racehorse. Man of the match gets a racehorse. So Mickey Walker, who's the chief scout, put the silks on, and the young lad, stable lad, brought the horse round the pitch. Friday morning, we were playing the next day, and he walked round the pitch on this horse, and you got the horse. What was it called now? Visions of Joanna.
Yeah,
Visions of Joanna.
I think it got
called.
bad vision, by the way. I think it used to run wrong way around the fucking track.
Hey, it won.
It won?
It won.
Not when we had his fucking money
So I give the man of the match to Brian Carey, didn't I?
Yeah.
Stocky scored 2. He was devastated. And the horse won $2,500 prize money. Brian got the money.
I think we lumped on it in its first race. It was
Yeah.
like 40-1. You said it's winning, lads.
Yeah, I told you he was going to win as well.
You were laying
You
it,
know,
weren't
like
you?
I told you, if you listen to me, you're going to get a $25,000 a week contract. I told you that horse was going to win as well, and it did. He never fucking listened to me twice. Anyway.
We've spoke about Doofy on a number of podcasts, and I mean, you managed him. We talk about how difficult he must have been to manage.
Who?
Doof.
Oh, Doof. Actually, El-Hadj Diouf is exactly like you think he is. Difficult to manage. Actually, likeable rogue. Smiles like every day, smiling. But, you know, he'd end up every game there was aggro. He was involved in the aggro. He was involved in it. And one day he come up to me. It's hard to manage him. Chimbonda, even more difficult to manage. But Diouf.
But what a cock, by the way.
I never went in the
Pascal,
showers.
what a fucking
I never went in the dressing room, actually. So, Diouf come up to me one day. It was Monday morning. He says to me, Gaffer, I need to go back to Senegal. I said, why? He goes, there's an election, and my friend is the president. If he hasn't got the Diouf at the side of him, he's going to lose the election.
The Diouf.
So I've gone, we've got a game Saturday. You can't go to Senegal. He went, Gaffer, you don't understand. if he doesn't win the election and the other party gets in because the Juve's not at the side of him, Senegal will crumble. I said, well, I don't want that on my shoulders. Make sure you're back by Thursday. So he come back Thursday, right? I told all the lads, look, what can I say to Jufy? Like, he's lying. He's obviously lying. And I was in the hotel. I put the telly on, fucking BBC World Service. He's there with the white gown on, sat on the fucking next to the fucking president. And he won the election. And he played on Saturday and scored as well. Chimbonda, right? Chimbonda. The boys will tell you, Chimbonda, right? He was in training. He was a shambles in training, right? And I was trying to, as the manager, you're trying to get everybody to train properly. I've got all the young lads there. James' husband, I'm saying to him, listen, you play as you train. You get out there. Every day, you're trying to get better. And then I got Chimbonda walking about. But actually brilliant, travelling with the ball in the right back area, coming with the ball over the halfway line. Actually brilliant, travelling with it, chopping it inside to the striker, or he'd turn out when he had to turn out. He could whip a cross in. He could find the ball into the striker's feet in the box. Brilliant. But worse than Juve to manage. So one day on the training pitch, I had a go at him, and he sort of shouted something back to me. So I pulled him over. I said, Pascal, whatever you do, do not answer me back in front of the rest of the players, because you cannot win that fucking argument. I can't allow you to win that argument. I've got young lads there looking at me, letting you shout back at me. It ain't going to happen. If you disagree with me, come and knock my door, and I'll discuss it with you, and you might be right. I said, but if I ever go at you, take it on the chin, whether it's on the training ground or it's in the dressing room on Saturdays. He goes, okay, Gaffer, I understand. So we played Ipswich on the Saturday. Shocking. He gave both goals away, right? He gave both goals away for the back post, lazy defending. So I've come in. I said, shut the door. I said, Pascal, talk me through that fucking 45 minutes you've just put in there. And he's looked back at me and he just went, I didn't know what to fucking say to him. All the lads could see him winking at me. They all must have been thinking, I just went off the subject. Difficult, but good player, but difficult. And Jufy, good footballer, difficult to manage.
On their own, they were all right, but as a pair, they were a nightmare. From a player's point of view, they were a nightmare together.
Yeah, exactly. But, the following year, we got a team together, and you try and get a team all pulling in the same direction, everybody working for the same cause. And the following year, I was able to do that, and you were part of it. Unfortunately, John had left, which was great news for the fans.
Well, we get onto your playing career. Obviously, you started at Swansea as a young lad.
Yeah.
Hometown club.
My dad played for Liverpool for 12 years and got transferred to Swansea when he was 30. Met my mum, stayed there all his life. So I played for Swansea schoolboys, and I ruptured my cruciate in my left knee when I was 18, and I didn't think I was going to play again. But my dad, right, most competitive man ever, cheated at golf, cheated at cricket. So I got to tell you this, right? I think probably he might not be my dad, actually. They were both at it. But my dad definitely gave me the determination you need to be a footballer, right? So we're playing cricket. I know we're talking about cricket, not football, but this is what he was like. We played against Vellinvol, which is a team from Llanelli, and they've scored 250. Saturday afternoon, 50 over game. They've scored 250, smashed us all around the ground, and the ovens are broke. So the girls who make the tea, they said, have the tea at the end of the match. So we go out to bat, and we're chasing 250. We've got 100 for 7. I'm out. My dad goes in number 7. He's never been LBW, never caught behind, never run out. The ball goes over his head. It's never a 6. It's always a 4. He just cheats all the way through the game. And he's never been out, right? So they got a leg spinner on, trying it all around the bat. And my dad's going like that. Can't even hit it. Gets a nick. Wicketkeeper catches it, goes, how is he? Umpire goes, out. So they're all celebrating. My dad goes, never touched it. So he's got his bat and he goes back in the crease. Never touched it. Not going, never touched it. The umpire goes, Roy, I've give you out. You're out. He goes, no, I never fucking touched it. Never touched it. No way, not going. So the wicketkeeper stood there and he's gone, Roy, he goes, you know I never fucking hit it. You better tell the umpire I never touched it. You fucking know, don't cheat. You're fucking cheating. Tell the umpire I never fucking hit it. He goes, I thought you hit it, Roy. I thought you hit it. He goes, no, you know I never fucking hit it, and if you don't tell the umpire I never fucking hit it, I'll wrap this fucking bat round your head. And their captain comes over, he goes, Roy, he wouldn't lie. If he thought you hit it, he thought you hit it. He goes, no, you pick him every week. He's a fucking cheat. And he knows he's cheating, and I'm not fucking going. So Ken, our captain, Ken Lang, who's walking around the boundary with me, I'm cringing. I'm 17. My dad, embarrassing. He goes, Roy, if he's give you out, you gotta go. He goes, Ken, I never fucking touched it. This cheating bastard here is lying to the umpire. He knows I never fucking hit it. He said, I'm gonna wrap this fucking bat around your head. You're a fucking cheat. So their captain goes, let's just play on. He goes, yeah, right, we'll play on. Don't patronize me as if it's my fault. Tell him. So they played on, right? They played on for another over. And eventually my dad clean bowled out. And then they go out. So we're all out. So we go in the clubhouse for the tea. My dad's in the shower. And then he walks in last. So there's 2 tables, the away team and the home team. So they leave one chair right at the end for my dad, next to the wicketkeeper. So their captain goes, Roy, come and sit here. Seat there. So as my dad walks round, he sits down, and the captain goes, Roy, I'd just like to introduce you, the wicketkeeper. He goes, I'd just like to introduce you to the local vicar. He was only the vicar in the village in Fellinville, and instead of saying sorry, my dad went, you should know fucking better. Fucking cheat. That's why I ended up like this. It's true, that. He's still not out. He's been dead 10 years. Anyway, where was we? So we were talking about football. Yeah, so I started at Swansea, and John Toshak was my first manager. John Bond took over, gave me a free transfer. So I went to Brighton on trial. Chris Catlin was the manager, scored some goals for Brighton, got transferred to Oxford. Mark Lawrenson was the manager. Robert Maxwell owned Oxford and Derby, and then Arthur Cox signed me at Derby for £1 million. And that's when I sort of started scoring goals.
You know when you say £1 million, how big were £1 million back then? Was that a big old fucking transfer?
Yeah, well, I was at Derby 3 years, and then I went to Liverpool for 2.9 million, which was the British record transfer then.
Record at the time, yeah.
And I was thinking, for those of you who are wondering, I'm like, oh, I'm 57 now, so I ain't got long left. So I think I can tell you, it was the British record. I was earning 10 grand a week then, right? If I was the British record transfer today, I'd be earning 400 grand a week. But I'm not fucking bothered about it, to be honest. I never think about it.
You don't like to bring it up?
And I don't want to bring that up, but... No, it's just gone mad, isn't it? It's gone mad. We never played for money, to be honest.
Yeah.
I never played for money. It was like personal pride in whoever was marking me, you ain't going to stop me today. That's what motivated me.
When it came to leaving Derby, I mean, there were a few other clubs in for you at the time. Everton, Villa, Forest in with you, Brian Clough.
Yeah, he tried to sign me, Brian Clough. I was proud of it that he tried. Howard Kendall, Howard Wilkinson. They all bid the same fee. But I ended up, sorry, can you not hear me? I ended up signing for Liverpool, and I learnt, no matter, whoever you support, I thought when I was at Derby, I was like, we finished 4th in the Premier League at Derby. So we were banned from Europe, so we couldn't play in the Champions League. Otherwise, we would have been in there. But I went to Liverpool and I learnt more about football than I did in my whole career. I was 27, pass and move, play for the team. You know, they had like, the staff were like the police, Ronnie Moran, Roy Evans, Graham Souness, Phil Borsma. They were like always stepping on you, saying, we can get better players than you. If you don't want to toe the line, go and play for someone else. And I learned how to be part of the team. They said, like, it's like a big cog, and inside there's 11 little cogs. If you don't do your bit, the big cog don't turn round. So just do your bit and don't play for yourself. And they got rid of me after fucking 15 months.
A few
so
people
I
have
obviously didn't do my bit.
A few people spoke about Ronnie Moran. I think it was Dom, wasn't it? Dom Matteo.
Yeah.
How was he? He said he was harsh
Ronnie,
with the younger lads.
Yeah,
And
he was like the discipline police, and he just walked around in a bad mood, full stop. And it's funny because like it was all to do with pass, move, run into the space, stop dribbling with the ball, stop trying to turn with the ball, just pass to the nearest red shirt. And the, you know, like you see all the tactics now, there's only 3 ways. There's only 3 ways you play football. You either play through the opposition. If you can't go through the opposition, you go around the opposition. If you can't go around the opposition because they're too deep or they're too high up, you go over the top. So it's through them, around them, over the top of them. So they would say, work it out. While you're out there, every team is going to come to Anfield and try and stop us. Work out, we either go through them, if they pack the midfield, get it wide, John Barnes, McManaman. If they all leave the middle of the pitch open, Jan Mulby, Peter Beardsley, wide players coming inside. And if they play a high line and try and press us, Saunders and Rush, pace, over the top. And it was quite simple, like that. And normally, we had the best players. All they had to do was keep the discipline. And that's what I tried to bring into my management, but didn't fucking work.
But you got Chris Brown and John Parkin, not fucking Ian Rush.
I was trying to get Parkin and Brown to close down from the front.
I was good at that, by the way. That's one
You were
thing I
good.
was good at.
Yeah, you were a good player, Brownie. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to all them. You're a good player.
How come you ended up leaving Liverpool then? Because you were top goal scorer in that first year?
I sang for Ron Atkinson at Villa, yeah. Graham pulled me in. Honestly, Ron Atkinson. Have you seen Kes? The film Kes, right? I could stand here all night and tell you stories about Ron. He was like, so I'll give you an insight into what he was like. Number one, he had a sunbed in his office. Permanent tan, jewellery. He's got a Bentley outside, sweep over, comb over. And he played right wing every day. Training was designed for him. Not for us, no tactics. We had a 9v9, 8v8 every day. He played right wing. It was his ball, and he was captain, and the fucking ref as well. Right? So, and he could never get the last word in, and he thought he was better than everybody else. So, now you've got his character. Like, of all the stories I think I could tell you, Cup final, 1993, Aston Villa against Man United, right? Man United's team, when I name it in a minute, it's the best team. Like, you think they can't lose a game of football with that team. So we're at the Royal Lancaster Hotel, it's 12 o'clock, and he's got to convince us we can win the cup final against Man United, right? So imagine this. He's got, how can I say? He's got the flip chart, right? So every week, he's got this flip chart, and he puts the opposition's team on the flip chart, And everybody on there is either shit or average. There's never a good player on there every week. So we're all walking down. Imagine now, cup final, we're all walking down saying, this is going to be funny. He's going to try and rubbish Man United's team here. This is going to be a good laugh. So we get in the room, and he's leaning on the flip chart. And we've got 3 Jims. Jim Paul, the kit man, Jim Barron, assistant manager, Jim Walker, the physio. And one of them always gets a mention in the meeting, and none of them knows which one he's fucking talking to. That's a comedy sketch in itself, right? So, cup final. This, I swear, this is his tactics and his team talk for us to beat Man United. Ron Atkinson. He goes, Jim, everyone in the room? All 3 of them jump up, and Jim Walker goes, I'll do it. Yeah, they're all in gaffer. They're all in the room. He goes, hey, what a game of football to play in. Remember when you were at school? When you were at school and you were thinking about playing in cup finals? It's today. What a fucking game. Live on TV, Wembley Stadium against Man United. Tell you what, wish I was playing. Probably should be on current form. Might be my first mistake of the day, but there you go. I'm not picking myself, by the way. Could be a mistake. Let's have a look at what we're up against today, lads. He's got their team written on this flip chart. I was sat in the front row, remember thinking to myself, we're in big trouble. Honestly, the page gets worse the further down you go. He goes, right, let's have a look at what we're up against today. In goals, Les Sealey. Dean, where are you? I went, here. He went, he fucking drops everything. He drops crosses, he drops shot, get on his fingertips. Today you'll score a goal in the cup final, live on TV, at Wembley, and it'll all be down to fucking me. I've told you what's going to happen. Make sure you're there when he drops it. Right back, Paul Parker. Distribution, lads, absolutely fucking appalling. He's that bad on the ball, let him have it. He'll give it back to us. Left back, Dennis Irwin. Mr. Average. He's not fucking bad. He's in the right place at the right time, fair enough. But when you try and name these 2 teams in 10 years' time, he's the one you can't fucking remember. Mr. Dennis Irwin, fucking hell. Centre-backs, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce. Dean, where are you? I went, here. Fucking pedestrian. These 2 are fucking slower than me. If you can't run them 2 on that massive pitch today, I will show my arse in Woolworth window on Monday morning. Pedestrian. So we're all nudging each other, saying it's getting worse now, isn't it? Middle of midfield, Roy Keane and Paul Ince. He goes, let's be honest, lads. These 2, they can run, they can tackle, they can score a goal, they can hit a pass. But what they don't realise is, I've got out of my bed at 7 a.m. this morning, I've gone up to Wembley Stadium, I've had a look at the pitch, and the fucking grass is too long for them 2. It's not a ball carrier's pitch. Don't worry about Ince and Keane, you won't see them today, by the way. We're all going, he's got out of that, he's not getting out of this one. In the wide areas, on the right, Andre Kanchelskis, and on the left, Ryan Giggs. Steve Staunton, where are you? He went, here, gaffer. He went, Kanchelskis, Steve. He's that quick on his day, catch fucking pigeons. And he starts making it up now. You can tell he's making it up. He goes, so he's pictured in his head, Kanchelskis skinning Steve Staunton. He goes, so Steve, don't let him go down the outside of you all afternoon, crossing balls in our box. Open your body out and get him inside. Send him in field into traffic. Paul McGrath, you're the first defender inside him. As soon as he comes in there, first chance you get, fucking smash him. And we're all going, here we go. And on the left, Earl Barrett. Earl, where are you? He went, here, gaffer. He went, Earl, Ryan Giggs. There's no way around this one. No way around it. Let's be honest, Earl. Let's just be honest. Ryan Giggs, given time and space, he can destroy any fullback. So don't give him any. The bottom of the page is horrific. And we're all going, here we go. How's he going to get out of this one? And he goes, up the front, Eric Cantona and Mark Hughes. And that's their fucking team, lads. We can fucking beat these. And we did. We did. We beat them 3-1.
Did you win the game?
We won 3-1. I still don't know whether that was genius or he just made it up. We beat him 3-1. What did you say? Did I score?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Only touched it twice.
Did you play up front with Dwight York?
I played on my own. First time we'd ever played. 4-5-1. Daly and Atkinson played on the right. God bless his soul. And on the left, Tony Daly. And we normally played with me and Daly up front, and he changed the system. He played Graham Fenton in midfield, never played a game, gave him his debut, and we won 3-1. Genius.
Could he dish your bollocking out? Could he dish your hairdryer out? Were you on the receiving end of one of his bollockins?
You have a temper?
Ron? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he used to hammer me. He used to hammer me. I could talk all night about it. Let's move on.
What was the one when you kept coming short?
Oh, yeah. Imagine, I went from Liverpool to Villa, and we won, I think we won 7 games on the bounce, and I'd scored 7, so I'm like loving it. And then I think we were playing Ipswich at home. I give the ball away, trying to flick it round the corner. I heard him, Dino, fucking get hold of the ball. So I ignored him like I normally did, and carried on, give it away again 5 minutes later. Dino, for fuck's, get hold of that fucking ball. Blanked him again. Come in half time. He goes, honestly, this is how managers used to speak to you. Bearing in mind, I'm 28, I'm not a kid, and I've just signed from Liverpool to Villa. We're top of the league, and we've won 7 games on the bounce. Shut the door, Jim. Shut the door. Is everyone in, Jim? Jim goes, yeah, they're all in, Gaffer. And he comes up to me, and he goes, see you, get it in your fucking head. You are no use to this football club whatsoever playing with your back to goal. You give it away. By the way, if any of you lot pass the ball to his feet, I'll bring you fucking straight off. He's fucking hopeless. Don't pass it to him, he's fucking hopeless. I went, what do you sign me for then? He went, I tell you why I fucking signed you, to run towards their goalkeeper, not our fucking goalkeeper. You're fucking thick. Anyway, you know how now, that is like, it's not child abuse, but it's like, some sort of fucking abuse, isn't it? Anyway, half time, as I'm walking out on the pitch, right, I'm distraught at what he's just said to me. And I went, he told the players not to pass the ball to me. I was thinking, I can't believe he's just said that. Sean Teal, centre half, I said, Tealy, first chance you get, I'll come towards you and spin in behind their back 4, put it over the top. From the kick-off, Paul McGrath to Sean Teal, he didn't even look, diagonal, over the back of the centre-back, bounced over his head, I lobbed the keeper. Ron's on the pitch. I went like that. Dickhead. He was right, though. He was right.
How was Dwight York? Because obviously we've heard stories. How long did he ask for? He asked for 12 months off after they won the treble at United. Yeah. You need to celebrate.
Who, Dwight?
Yeah.
Great player. Great lad. Great player. He could run with the ball. He's like Giggsy. I played with some great players. The best player I've ever played with was John Barnes. John Barnes was like, get out of a tight situation. I used to think, how's he got out of that when I was playing with him? Molby was a great player. But for talent, John Barnes, Giggsy, running with the ball like on a piece of string at the end of his foot. He could run faster with the ball than without it. Dwight was silky, like drift in between players, and brilliant again on the end of crosses. Scored goals, made goals. A great player. But I would, Dalian who's, shocking what happened to Dalian. But I'll remember Dalian as being great player. Yeah. And not only that, without trying to spoil the night, Hugo Ekiog's passed away as well, who's in that team. So, yeah. So, it's a bit sad because they're only young men, still in their 40s. And do you know what? I sometimes, when you're at your lowest ebb, I think to myself, you know, them two are dead. At least I'm still alive and I'm still here. So you have to keep going, don't you?
Very true.
You never know what's round the corner.
How would, sorry, Johnny. How would Atkinson do? Because we speak a lot about like Mavericks in teams, say a Delta Raptor, QPR or whatever, and I'm assuming Dwight was a little bit like that. How would Atkinson deal with him? Would he give him a bit?
No, Dwight was nothing like El Hadj Diouf. Like Dwight was just the opposite. Dwight was a good professional, easy to manage, just got on with it. Great skills. I remember when I signed for Villa, Dwight said to me, first day I met him, he went in the dressing room, how much will you give me if I keep the ball up on my head, stood in that bin 100 times? You know them Addis bins, the plastic bins? Yeah, how much will you give me if I keep it up on my head 100 times and I won't get out the bin? I went, I'll give you 100 quid. Right? He got in the bin, got both his feet in the bin, and he got the ball, and he went, and the ball was going about that far off his head. He was just going. Right? He got to 100, and he went on his lips, and then he went, and the ball was on the top of his head, then back to his lips, and all the lads started high-fiving him, you know, like, whoa, like, because I've lost 100 quid. And he goes, go on, show us what you got. I said, I've only got one trick, fucking 20 goals a season, 10 years running.
Have that.
Get more than 100 quid for that. Fucking tricks. Show pony.
What
Nice
was he
to
like for team bonding days, taking you out and...
Ron?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I can't... He wanted to be a player. He took me off at Goodison once. He only took me off once. Goodison, 1-0 up. The problem was, Jim Barron, assistant manager, pulls me on Monday. He says, Dean, Derek Mountfield, Kevin Ratcliffe, 35, 36, just run them ragged. You'll score 2 in the last 10 minutes. Saturday. So all week, I was thinking, fucking hell, keep myself fit. I'll just keep running them ragged. So we get to the game Saturday. I've run them channels. 10 minutes to go. Start playing offside. Ball over the top. Lobbed the keeper. Off the crossbar. Back into Neville Southall's hands. Nearly scored. But we were 1-0 up, right? Minute later, offside. Hit the post. Next thing, I look across. Fucking numbers up. I've gone like that. Petulant. You know what I mean? I've gone like that. Me. Fucking unbelievable. I've walked across. I'm thinking, I can't fucking believe that. I was about to score any minute. Jim's told me I'm going to score 2 in the last 10 minutes. It's fucking 10 minutes to go. He's taken me off. Guy Whittingham's coming on. I'm thinking selfishly, like you do as a striker, he's going to nick my fucking goals. So as I'm walking off, Ron stood there like that. Don't look at me. And as I walked past him, he's still not looking at me. And just as I got level with him, I went, what are you taking me off for? Fucking joke. So Jim Barron chucks me a tracksuit. I put my tracksuit on. I said, Jim, what the fuck's he doing? Guy's going to go on and score 2 now. I've done all the donkey work. I've run them 2 ragged. I can't believe he's took me off. And Ron turns round. He's like that. He turns around. He walks back in the dugout while the game's going on. He went, do you want to know why I took you off? I went, yeah, go on. He went, come down to Bodymore Heath on Monday morning, the training ground, walk through the main doors, turn left, walk to the end of the corridor, turn right. At the end of that corridor, there's a door. Above the door, it says fucking manager. I'm the fucking manager. That's why I can fucking take you off. Shut your mouth, you petulant little prick. So I've never done that again.
Brilliant. Who were your favourite? I mean, we talked about a few of your managers. Who were your favourite that you worked under?
Do you know how It's funny when you're manager, right? This is how it starts.
Shut up, you pricks.
Dino. When you start, they go, Dino. I was manager of Wrexham. This is how fickle it can go, right? I was manager of Wrexham, and we're 2-0 up against Kidderminster. I took the striker off and put a young kid on, defensive midfield player. I said, they're just going to launch it in our box. Just, if it drops short, you just play in front of the back four and head it away. He runs on the pitch, gives a foul away. Within 20 seconds, top corner, 2-1. I've gone, oh, fucking hell. 5 minutes later, he jumps into our centre-half, clash of heads, striker runs in, scores 2-2. The crowd are going, Dino, time to leave. Dino, time to leave. Dino, right? That's it. You can sing the next bit then. So we kicked off. I'm like, I can't believe it. I know I'd done the right thing, but it's gone pear-shaped. Kicked off. We've only scored from the kick-off. The same fucking group of fans behind the goal were, Dino, give us a wave, Dino. Say, sing that bit. I was tempted to go, but you don't. Just go like that. Yeah. It's price on the ticket when you're a manager. If you don't win, you're going to get sacked. Steve Bruce. Fucking hell. What have I said? Well, I'll tell you a story about him. Now we're on the subject. You like this? So his first job is manager of Sheffield United.
Player manager at the time.
Player manager, right? You know you make mistakes. So when you're a manager at first, you're learning on the job. So his first job, from when he finished playing, he's now player manager of Sheffield United. I'm playing in the team, right? So, and he made mistakes, and he'll be the first to admit it. So we had a trip organised to Italy, in Parma. It was 100 degrees, no air conditioning in the rooms, right? So the lads are going like, can't sleep. So everyone's buying a fan, going down the town buying a fan. We played 3 friendlies against the same team. He's moaning, isn't he, Steve Bruce, about the way this trip's been organised. It's his first manager's job. So he comes up to us and he says, right, we've got a game tonight, 9 o'clock kickoff at night, and I want all of you in bed by 12 o'clock. All the lads are going, hang on a fucking minute. That leaves us with about fucking half an hour. I'm like, I'm not going back to my room. I'm fucking boiling hot. So he's got Brian Dean. So round the table, Graham Stewart, Brian Dean, Lee Sanford, Alan Kelly, Simon Tracy, Don Hutchinson, John Ebrell, all experienced players sat around the table, and a couple of young lads. So he walks over, schoolboy error, he walks over after the game at 11:30. We just sat down and went, lads, last one, bed. And we're all going, fucking bed? Is he having a laugh? Half an hour later, he comes over, dead on 12 o'clock. Lads, bed. And the boys have gone, fucking, we've had 1 pint. Bed. And he come over again, and the lads have gone, fuck him. Said to the young lads, don't move. He can't sack fucking all of us. Stay there. So we all sat there till 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And he was raging. He went, the lot of you, he comes over, he goes, the lot of you, 9 o'clock in reception in the morning. So we go down reception. He went, off we go. We start running through the town centre, and there's a hill. It's about a mile long, this hill. He starts running us up the hill. So we run up the hill, back down the hill again. Get to the bottom, he went, we're going again. So he starts running up the hill. Halfway up the hill, Steve Bruce, he stops and went, hang on a minute. He starts spewing up. And we'd all like laughing our fucking heads off, but he looked the right tit when he done that. But I mean, I'm sure he learned from it. Do you know what? Say what you like. I don't think I'd like to work for Mike Ashley. I must have been, you know, I think he had his hands tied behind his back a little bit. I don't know who's going to get the job. The first thing they've got to do is not get fucking relegated. They got a point today, didn't they? They drew today.
Not doing very well, are they?
Yeah.
Doing very well.
We skipped the turkey.
Kevin Campbell told us some unbelievable stories about his time in Turkey and the passion and the fans. But you were there, obviously,
Can
for
you all
Sounders.
remember? Can you remember the game where Graham Souness stuck the flag in the ground? That was Galatasaray against Fenerbahce in the cup final, and it was 2 legs. So the first game we won 1-0 in Ali Sami Yen Stadium. The second game was 1-0 to them, and it went to extra time, and we scored in the 118th minute at their stadium, 65,000 people there, and we won the game. The ref blew up. So there was 500 of our fans. It's too dangerous to go to the game. And they threw a big flag over the fence, and Graham's grabbed the flag, run into the centre circle. After we just beat him, he's rubbing salt in the wound. He sticks the flag in the ground, runs past me. On the way off, I went, fucking all the best. I did. And he still can't go back to Turkey, but that game... Right now, Galatasaray, before the kickoff, you know the big sheets they pull across? It's a silhouette, red and yellow, with a black silhouette of Graham. Still to this day. They haven't forgot it. But, I mean, I enjoyed it. My son was born out there. You won't believe this. He's 26. It was 26 years ago that I played out there.
Did you always want to go abroad?
Did I what?
Did you always want to go abroad, play abroad?
Yeah, I always wanted to have a go and test myself. I went to Benfica when I was 35. So that was a great club as well. I've been really, really lucky. Consider it, I got a free transfer from Swansea. So to play for them clubs and play with the players I played with who make you look better. If you play with good players, you played with me in training and you look good. That's how it works. So I was really lucky, and I played till I was 37 with that knee, which it's knackered now, but it got me through to 37. So I was lucky. I wouldn't change. You say you wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. I look in the mirror. If you look in the mirror every morning, think, best I could have done. It's the best I could have done with the talent I had. There was miles more talented players. I can say this, I was more determined than most. That's all it is. Not talent, it's how determined you are. That's
because,
what...
I mean, you've said that about Doncaster and your management, like, they know we're doing everything. Like, determined to achieve.
Yeah. To the point of cutting the grass, cutting the training pitch. You're on the tractor, moving snow out the way, getting the lads to train.
Remember the groundsman at Doncaster? I said to him, we've got no money, but the training ground's lovely. So I've got a player coming here tomorrow. We can't afford to sign him, but when he sees the training pitch, we've got an outside chance. So stripe the grass up on the pitch, on this pitch, so when he pulls into the car park, this pitch looks striped up, and then when he gets in the clubhouse and looks out that way, stripe the other pitch up that way. He went, I can't do that by tomorrow, Gaffer. I ain't got time. I went, what do you mean you haven't got time? He said, I can't do that in a day. It'd take me ages. I went, all right, fair enough. So I got up 5:30 in the morning. I've only got one of them Toro mowers at my house. I know how it works. I know how it works. So I got in the shed. I started the mower up. I cut both pitches, done the lines, put the nets up. He come in at 9 o'clock, didn't he? He goes, what the fuck's happened out there? I said, don't try and pull the wool over my eyes, you lazy bastard. Get your gear and fuck off. It's easy. Anyway,
Which of the managers did you take something from? You know, when you went into management yourself, which of the managers you played under did you think, that's how I want to base my management style on?
Well, Arthur Cox signed me for £1 million, and I said to him, what do you want me to do? He went, run fast and fucking score. That was it. He's right, isn't he? Don't fill my head up with shit.
Me, that, do you know?
Yeah. I never said run fast to you. Ron Atkinson, Graham Souness. Like, he's like, on the TV, he's like that in real life. Like, play for the team, try, and he likes you. If you don't play for the team. And Graham used to rule by fear. Like, he can't do that anymore. I can imagine Solskjaer walking around the dressing room and going, please work hard today, lads. You know, fuck me. It's the only way you can talk to him. Please work hard, Paul. Paul, I know you didn't have the best of game. Don't worry, you'll be better tomorrow. That's the best. Otherwise, you upset 4 of them, they get you the sack. Simple as that. I don't know. It's really difficult to manage. Well, say difficult to manage. Your paycheck's gone up. I don't know how much Steve Bruce will be getting for getting sacked. It's a lot. 8 million. Fucking hell.
Bad day at the office, is it?
To be honest, if
Can't believe I'm trying to defend him.
To be honest, if he got sacked 2 weeks earlier, he'd have been on tonight instead of you, Dino.
Would he? I'm sub again, am I? You never told me I was sub. Told me I was the star. Anyway, you look at the managers I took things from. I've got to say, Souness, winner, get to the ball first. That's all he used to say. We're second to every ball. You know, you watch Norwich today, second to every ball. He used to say, if we were losing, second. Ron Atkinson was the other way round. Drive forward, take responsibility. Who's going to make the difference for us? And I can't go past Ron. I mean, Ron Atkinson, I told you a couple of stories about him. You're not going to believe this. We played at Oldham away, right? And Mark Bosnich, the goalkeeper, turns up in an Aston Villa tracksuit and he's got a pair of Timberland boots on. Size 13s. With a tracksuit, right? So we go in the dressing room. I've got my football boots on. I'm size 7s, small feet. I got my feet inside his Timberlands, right? And I'm walking around the dressing room in them.
With your boots on?
With my boots on, ready to go out for the warm-up before the game. Premier League game, imagine this happened today. So it's a Premier League game, and I'm walking around the dressing room with his boots on. And I run out for the warm-up with his boots. He's already out there with the goalie coach in the net. So I run out on the pitch with his boots on, and I went, Paul Barron, the goalie coach, yes, Paul, set me. And I had a shot in the mud, ruined his boots, right? And then I kicked him off and carried on the warm-up. And Jim Barron, the assistant manager, must have told Ron Atkinson I was messing about in the warm-up. 5 minutes before half-time, I missed a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. 0-0 at half-time, go in the dressing room. Ron's like this. So we're all sitting there silent, and he's, you know the tea, the old tea urn, he's making the tea. And he's making himself a cup of tea, and he's pouring the sugar in. Not saying anything, we're all waiting. And he turns around and he went, some of us not at the fucking races today. Not at the fucking races. Jim, they're not at the fucking races. And I've looked up and he goes, you're fucking one of them. And I went, what do you mean I'm one of them? He goes, don't fucking answer me back. You're fucking one of them. And he went like that to throw his cup of tea into the floor. Bosh, straight in my face. Boiling hot tea. Boiling hot cup of tea, straight in my face. He didn't mean it. He tried to throw it into the floor. You know when you go like that and it's gone bosh in my face. I've stood up, but it was one of them benches, you know, behind your knees where you can't move. And he's got me by the throat. And I'm like, fuck off, you fat bastard, throwing fucking tea. Throwing a fucking cup of tea over me, a fucking disgrace. Now, you got to take this on board. The next day is the Ryder Cup at the Belfry, when they wore the salmon-coloured jumpers. Can't remember what year it was. It was the next day, right? So Ron, I'm like, Jim Barron has jumped in between us, and he's pulled Ron off me, and I'm going, he's going, now calm down, calm down. I said, Jim, he's thrown a fucking boiling hot cup of tea in my face. He went, he thought it was Lucozade. He thought it was Lucozade. As if that's all right. I went, I'm going to fucking... Anyway, I'm nearly crying. I was nearly crying, right? I was sat there like that. I couldn't believe it. He's thrown a fucking bottle. And Ron's walking around the dressing room now. You can tell he's done wrong. And he's going, well, some of us can sulk. Or some of us can fucking show me I was wrong. Yeah, you can sulk. I went, and I've gone like that. Fucking sulk. He's throwing fucking cup of tea in my face. Fucking disgrace. And he's going, well, you can go out there and prove me wrong, or you can sit and fucking sulk. Anyway, we run out on the pitch, sweat. From the kick-off, out to Ray Houghton, full-back slipped. Ray gets to the byline, crosses it in the near post, dive-in header. I've scored. Ron's on the pitch. Fuck off. I've gone out there. Fuck off. So we win. Dalian scores a great header. We win 2-0, right? So we come in the dressing room afterwards, get on the bus. Ron's on the bus. And he gets a whiskey. He always has a whiskey off Jim Paul, the kit man. And he goes, Dino, did I ever tell you you're my hero? Hey, pal, you know I love you. You know I love you. Hey, don't blank me at the Ryder Cup tomorrow. I know you're going. I'm going. Don't blank me tomorrow at the Ryder Cup. I went, fuck. Anyway, so I've gone with Steve Staunton. And we're in the Lucas Electrical tent, right? Hospitality. I said, come on, Stan, let's go and watch them putting on the putting green at the Belfry. Let's go and watch them putting. So we walk up to the putting green. Corey Pavin, the American golfer, with his caddy, he's got a piece of string out, and he's putting along this piece of string. And I'm this side of the putting green. Who appears over the other side of the putting green with a cowboy hat on, Hawaiian shirt, cream trousers, permanent tan? It's Ron. And he's champagned up. He's been drinking champagne all day. And he looks across and he goes, Dino! He's going, did I ever tell you you're my hero? And Corey Pavin stops putting and his caddy, they turn round and go, and Ron goes, hey, Corey, I don't care what you're about to do out there today. You should have seen the fucking goal he scored yesterday. Honestly.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant, man.
Oh, you can't manage like that anymore, can you?
That's up there with the best at the minute. It's up there with the best, man.
But did you always know you wanted to get into coaching? Obviously, you were at Newcastle with Sounders.
Do you know what? You look at the state Newcastle are in now. How about this for a team? When I was there with Graham, Steve Harper, Shay Given, Stephen Carr, Babby Arrow, this is not the best, Bramble and Boom Song. Midfield, Nicky Butt, Lee Boyer, Kieran Dyer, Emery, Jermaine Janus. On the right, Solano. On the left, Lauren Robert. Listen to this. James Milner, Darren Ambrose, Shola Ameobi, Michael Chopra, Alan Shearer, Michael Owen, Patrick Kluivert. Shola Ameobi. It must have been fucking us two, because we should have won something with that lot, but... And look, all them players would be playing now, wouldn't they? All them players would get in this team.
By the way, he played more than he probably should have done, Ameobi, didn't he? He played more than he probably should have done. Ameobi. Was he better than...
Shola Ameobi. Do you know Shola Ameobi? Shola, right? Lovely lad. Family are Christians. The family are all Christians, right? Before I offend someone in here. I'm just letting you know now.
I very much doubt we've got any devout Christians
family,
in here,
lovely lad. Family are Christians. So, we played Wigan away when Wigan was Bullard and had a good team, right? But no one knew. Can you remember when Wigan, no one knew how good they were? Robertson, Kamara up front, and they had that good team. Paul Jewell. So we're it's 0-0. Shola misses 3 one-on-ones with the goalkeeper, right? So we come in. Graham Souness is on the bench next to me, and he's going, I tell you what, all he's got to do is put one of them away, Dean, and we fucking win the game. We've ended up, we get beat 1-0. Roberts scores, right, from a counter-attack. We lose 1-0. And Graham's going like this to me. Fucking Wigan. We've been beat by fucking Wigan. He's going, Dean, we've been beat by fucking Wigan. Shola puts one of them away. We walk away with the points. He can't fucking miss them. I went, yeah, don't have a go at him. Don't have a go at him. He'll fucking go under. He went, yeah, but, I mean, fucking Wigan. We got beat by fucking Wigan. I said, well, don't say nothing, I'll speak to him. So we come in after the game, and Graham's walking on dressing room, kicking, he's going, fucking Wigan. We've lost to fucking Wigan. Fucking unbelievable. Not one of their players is getting in our fucking team. Wigan. And he goes, Lucas Neal. He goes, he's always having a go at Lucas, but Stephen Carr now is trying to play football, playing right back. He goes, Stephen, put the fucking ball in their half of the fucking pitch. Instead of fucking overplaying and fiddling around. He went, there's nothing, there's no movement. He goes, what do you mean there's no movement? And that was it then. He went, hey, Shola, if you want to play at this level, son, you got to fucking put one of them chances away. If you score one of them chances, we ain't fucking talking like this. We've won the game, we were on our way home. And by the way, I'm not fucking surprised you miss them fucking chances. Because all I ever see is your black fucking Range Rover driving out the car park. I watch him, James Milner, and him, Ambrose, practicing every fucking day, and you just fuck off home. No wonder you miss. Do you practice enough? I'm not fucking sure. His head's gone, Graham. So it's my job as assistant manager now to go around and smooth it over. So I've gone, Shola, hey, at least you've missed a few chances. Alan Shearer's not missed a chance. At least you've got in. Hey, by the way, I've missed loads of them. Don't worry about that. You keep getting in them positions. And by the way, all you can do is practice. So me and you, next week, will practice every day for the week. We're playing Sunderland, local derby. You always score against them on Saturday. So every day, he went, yeah, all right. Every day, I took a bag of balls. I was crossing them on his head. Crossing them volleys, crossing them tap-ins every day for the whole week. Sunderland at home, St James's Park. 10 minutes into the game, in-swinging free kick. Shola gets up above the crossbar, bang, 1-0. Goes like this to me. 10 minutes later, corner. Free header, bang, scores another one. Dean Whitehead smacks one in the other end. We win 2-1, right? I travel home to where I live. Get in the house, Chinese for the family. I'm sitting there. I go to my children, my wife. Watch this. Match of the day. Watch this. So as the game's coming on, I'm going, watch this header. Get in there. Yes. They're all going, well done, Shola. Yeah. Another one, corner. Watch this. Yes. Get in there. Yes. And interview afterwards. Gary Lineker. Well, Shola, congratulations on the win and congratulations on the 2 goals. Shola goes, yeah, I'd just like to thank the Lord for giving me the strength to get the 2 goals, and I'd like to thank the Lord for giving the team the strength. I've spat my fucking Chinese out. I've gone, I can't fucking believe that interview. Every fucking day I've been out there with him. It's not the end of it. That's not the end of it. It gets worse. So I've gone, I can't fucking believe it. Monday morning, I'm going to have him. So it's on my mind all weekend, right? Monday morning, everyone's chirpy. I take the warm-up and I stop in the corner flag. I stopped there. I went, right, lads, stretch your groins. And they're all going. And I wait till it goes quiet. And I went, Shola, talk me through your interview on Match of the Day Saturday night. He goes, what? I said, what's all that about? I'd like to thank the fucking Lord for giving me the strength. Where was the Lord last week at fucking Wigan when you missed 3 one-on-ones. He was looking after their goalkeeper that week, wasn't he? I said, you can't fucking win, Bible basher. Who have I offended now? You might never see me again. I'm available for children's parties as well. Oh. Do you know, there'd be no stories anymore, will there? There'd be no stories like that anymore. They're all being like sort of sanitized now. The players can't have a personality. There's a foul for everything. People are diving everywhere. Games are counter-attacking, boring. Some of them are.
If the opportunity came up, would you be happy to step back into it, management?
I've been offered a few jobs, but I've just signed to do my own TV show now, so I'm doing that. Yeah, it's a lot fucking easier, and you haven't got to deal with people like these two. No, they're good lads. They're good lads.
Gary Speed.
Gary Speed. Do you know what? I mean, I don't know what happened to Gary Speed. I roomed with him for 8 years, and I've seen him walking in on a Saturday night. Yeah. I mean, it's a mystery, honestly, because I remember him walking in the room. He got a hat-trick, I think, for Everton. I think it was for Everton, or I can't remember. He got a hat-trick, and it was like as if he hadn't scored. He was the same. And I've seen him walking in when they've lost 5-0, because we used to get in our cars from the Saturday game, and then we'd meet in Newport, and we'd go in the room. How'd you get on today? Oh, we got fucking hammered. He was never like that, and he was never like that. And before we went to bed, every night, he'd done 50 sit-ups. He'd done 50 press-ups in the morning, without fail. Proper professional. He loved his 2 boys. He used to come, one of them was at Wrexham, and the other one was boxing. And I just, still to this day, I can't understand what happened. Still to this day. It's a shame.
Even away from football, one of the things that, I mean, I've taken away from doing the podcast is when lads have talked about the struggles afterwards, and we're all, well, majority of lads in here, and we all fucking struggle from time to time, and we're all with mates now. Yeah. And the relief of just talking to your mates, lads. Do you know what I mean? Because we all fucking go through bits where, and your mates are with you now. And you can talk to them because we all want the best for each other, don't we? And that's the thing that we've bottled up for so long, that we can't
I've
admit.
managed some great players.
Thank you, Dean.
And thanks. I have, like, great, like, people you wouldn't think of, and they've come and knocked my door, and I knew something wasn't right, and they've knocked my door and said, I'm just not playing well. They start off, I'm not playing well, I know I'm not playing well, and if they keep talking, and eventually you can tell they've got depression, and they don't know how they've got it, and they don't know how. And I will in a minute, but you end up all really, you frightened of saying the wrong thing, because you can easily say the wrong thing.
As the manager, you're frightened to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, like you want to say, hey, come on, fucking pull yourself together. That's the worst thing you can say, apparently. So, come pull yourself together. You're a professional footballer. You're earning 50 grand a week, and you're moaning. But it affects, like, humans, and they just, like, I've seen some of them not want to play football anymore. They're packing in. And worse than that, I don't want to be here anymore. And they're getting paid, and so it affects people.
I think we've had, sorry Dino, I think the messages that we get is, obviously we've had lads on who've earned a lot of money. They've had the dream job, and they've still struggled. They've still gone through the shit. So I think the message that we've had for people watching it is, if he can struggle, then anybody can struggle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like with me and Johnny, well, we're all part of the Walking's Brilliant, which is promoting, get out, walk and talk to people. And we haven't cracked it, Johnny. We still struggle to speak openly about how we feel, and it's not easy as lads.
It's a stigma.
Yeah, and it's not. And I'm going back to football management. How as a manager, that's not in the job description, is it? dealing with people that are struggling and.
Yeah. No, it's something that's been addressed, isn't it? And I think like lots of people struggle. Lots of people have the cloud coming over them. Unexpected, a cloud comes over you, and no one knows why it happens. But at least there's help out there, and this treatment that people can turn to, and hopefully we get people treated before they get too low.